Hey guys, welcome to the FHNtodayTV podcast. Today is October 31st and we got a bunch of great stuff for you. First up is a sound slide on Brandon Chac. Chac runs triathlons and he trains hard for them. Let's check it out.
Normally the distances in a triathlon vary depending on the size of it, but the average one that I'll probably do is about 1,000-meter swim, which is just a little bit over a half mile, about a 17-ish mile bike ride, and about a 5-mile run. So for my triathlons, I mainly focus on my running because it's also training for cross country, and I run basically 6 days a week. Normally between 3 and 7 miles. It's always important to get in a good stretch beforehand. And after getting a good solid run in, make sure you get a good cool down in. For biking is probably my least favorite part of the triathlon. I'm not too strong on it. Biking's hard because unlike running where you can get a quality run in an hour, it's going to take 2.5 hours to get in a good bike ride. I normally bike all the way down to Creve Coeur and back from my house, which ends up being about a 17-ish mile bike ride. Biking is a great quad workout. Once you get going, your quads just burn. Swimming's quite fun. I normally go up to the Rexplex about 2-3 times a week and get in a swim. I'll normally swim between a half mile and a mile. As far as preparation goes for the triathlon, not necessarily on the training part, but the nutritiating process, it's extremely important. Always the night before a race, I always make sure to carb up, so lots of pasta or whatever, and get in a huge breakfast beforehand. Normally I'll do 2 eggs, some toast, biscuits, something like that, and then right before, or about a half hour to 45 minutes before, I'll get in some kind of warm-up, so a nice short run, followed by a lot of stretches.
Earlier this month we had our last football game of the season. Let's check out a sweet recap by John Doty on how that went.
October 19th, the Washington Blue Jays and the Francis Howell North Knights played their final varsity football game of the 2012 fall season. Going into both teams' final game, Washington had 4 wins and 4 losses, while Howell North had 0 wins and 8 losses. During the first quarter, Washington got a fast jump on touchdowns and scored 3 touchdowns, putting them ahead by 20 points by the end of the quarter. In the second half, there were 5 touchdowns, 4 by Washington and 1 by Howell North. This would be the only touchdown Howell North would score in the game. The halftime score was Washington 49, Howell North 6. After the halftime, the clock for the game ran in real time. Neither team scored in the third quarter, and Washington scored 1 final touchdown in the fourth quarter, bringing them up to a 50-point lead over Howell North and winning the game.
It's definitely humbled me. I come from a program where I won all the time, so to not win at all, it's definitely humbled me and made me see the other side of the spectrum. And I just know as a coach that we as coaches got to do more. We expect kids to do and understand things, but when they really don't have that football knowledge, you can't expect for them to do something that they don't know. So,
next up we have a video about Tyler Ayers. Tyler is a freerunner or parkourist. Is parkourist a word? I'm not quite sure, but let's check out what Tyler does.
I started free running about 1.5 years ago because it's a good way to express myself and it's a good way to get stress out. Free running is the art of movement that totally lets you express yourself, and it's not necessarily a sport because you can add style into it. You can add your own way. running consists of 3 different parts. It consists of free climbing, flips, and tricking. Flips is kind of like street gymnastics, but it's not quite gymnastics because you're more laid back and you don't have to have the perfect form like you do in gymnastics. Free climbing is basically you're climbing on top of buildings and doing fun stuff. And when you mix all those 3 together, that's when you get the most fun, which is the art of movement, and that's what I do.
Also earlier this month, Night Sound and FHN Choir had their dinner concert. Let's check out a recap of that by Brenton Griffith.
The choir hosted their annual dinner concert on October 19th and 20th in the Commons, where there was singing, dancing, and chicken parmesan.
Treble choir, concert choir, and night sound performed. And then there's a bunch of solo acts also.
All songs sung at Dinner Concert were from Broadway or movie musicals, such as Superboy, The Invisible Girl, From, Next to Normal.
When you're performing, it's just, you feel like you're going to be so nervous when you get up there, and then you just, like, you feel so good once you start doing it.
My favorite part about Dinner Concert is watching everybody get to perform and get their chance to shine.
Over the course of 2 nights, Dinner Concert raised about $2,000 by selling tickets for $20 each.
The money just goes to the catering, the choir fund, scholarships and such. It just gets dispersed everywhere.
That's all for this episode of FHN Today TV. I'm Dan, and I'll see you next time.